Hello, FIDE parents and children, and welcome to this short video where we are going to talk about the topic of virtue. Does everyone know what our virtue is? That's right! A virtue is developing a good habit. Now, do you know what developing a good habit is? It's okay if you don't. We're going to talk about that today. All right? So, let's first talk about what is a habit. Let me ask you this. This morning, before you went to school or you went out with your parents or you went to go play with your friends, did you put on your shoes? You probably did, all right? Because you're taught to put your shoes on before you go outside, all right? Now, did you have to think about putting on your shoes? Probably not very much, because it's just something you do, all right? And that's just a habit. That's what a habit is, all right? A habit is doing something without thinking about it, all right? It comes natural. You just do it because it's already part of your life. You didn't even have to think about it. You just did it, all right? And that's what a habit is. Now, a virtue is a good habit. Now, I'm not saying put on your shoes is not a good habit. It is. But we're talking about like things like being kind or loving other people or even praying, all right? These are called virtues, right? Things that we do to make us better people, all right? So let's talk about being kind, right? If I practice every day about being kind, all right, eventually this will become a habit and I don't have to think about doing it anymore. And I'm just kind to everyone that I meet. I don't even have to try. It's just something that I've done, right? It's part of my life. It's part of who I've become. I have mastered the virtue of being kind, all right? Now think about if we do it with all the other things that make us better. Like if we start making a virtue, all right, our good habit out of praying or loving others or giving to the poor or, doing our chores, being nice to our parents, right? Think of how much better people we'd be if we developed those virtues, all right? That's why it's so important to develop virtues, because it not only makes us a better person, but it also makes us a saint. All right, and that's what the saints did. All right, they mastered being virtuous people. All right, they made good habits of everyday life, so they could do everything well. All right, and do everything for God. So let's recap. What is a virtue? A virtue is developing a good habit. All right, why is that important? Because when we develop good habits, like things like kindness, all right, when we do things when we can be kind without even thinking about it. All right, that makes us a better person, and also it frees us from sin. Right? We learn how not to sin anymore by developing good habits. All right, I hope you learned something from this short little lesson, and I hope you learn more as you go on throughout the rest of this lesson. All right, have a good day, and God bless.